I've made a couple of recent videos where masks have been used, so let's go through the process of creating them. Now we can make masks as templates for print purposes, but my intention here is to make two opposite masks for a PTE AV Studio animation. Of course, we could use more than two masks. In Photoshop, we need File New, create a new document in the 4K size. It's going to meet our needs. Black is the background contents. Click OK. We then need to look at the rulers. Control R will bring them on screen, although you will find them in the View menu. From the left-hand ruler with the Move tool selected, I'm going to drag out a guide and it'll snap to the center of my document. Selecting the rectangular Marquee tool, I'm going to draw a selection just to the right of that vertical line. This is all pure guesswork, so don't be too fussy about this. But then over on the right hand side and down the bottom, I need to create a new blank layer over the top of my background. And now I need to flood that selection with white. Now white is my background colour, so Control Backspace will do that. To remove the selection, Control D will do that. Now if I go back to my toolbox and pick up the Move tool, I can click on that little white bar and I can move it a little bit to the right. I just want a little bit of a gap between the white and the upright line, about half the width of the white. But now I'm going to hold the Alt key and you'll see the cursor change, and when it does I can click and drag and make a copy. And I can do the same again and make a copy. And before you know where we are, we've got a series of bars right the way across the right hand half. Once I've got that far, if I select the top layer of all of those copies I've just made, hold the Shift and click the bottom, I can right click and I can choose to merge those layers. Now using the Move tool and that Alt key technique, I can do the same again, click and drag, and I've now got the other side. And you can see now why I left just a little space either side of that center line. There we have our mask. Now with all three of those layers selected, I can right click and I can flatten them. And what I need to do here is to save this as a JPEG, and we can call this bars 1. But now we need the opposite of this. And the quickest and easiest way to do that is Control I. All the black areas turn white and vice versa. What I also need to do is to increase the size of the white bars just a little bit, because I found if I don't do that, sometimes I see faint lines on the image. To do that, if we select the Magic Wand tool and click into any of the white areas, go to the Select menu and we can select Similar, and all the white areas will be selected. Back to Select, choose Modify, Expand and select 2 pixels. Then we can flood that selection with white once again, Control Backspace. Now we need to save this as a JPEG, and maybe we could call this bars 2. There we have both sides of the mask created. Now I hope you viewed the video called More Masking Fun, because you will recognize the animation on screen there. What I'm going to do here is to use the slide style I previously made, but just change the masks to the 2 that you can see above. Let's do that quickly in the Objects and Animation screen. Let's select the right side and open it up. There's the mask that we want. Go to the Properties tab and here. Now I can swap that for bars 1. Then I can go to the other side and I can swap that for bars 2. Now let's take a look at a full screen preview. So once we've got our animation created for those 2 masks, we can simply swap out the mask for any others that we've created. So the idea is to think creatively for those shapes and create a unique animation, maybe even including text. Here in Adobe's Bridge you can see just one or two of the masks that I've made over the years. Some are going to be more successful than others, of course, and experimentation is the key. I'll see you next time.